Alright, I gotta go run errands now, and it's raining, and customers are coming, but today they're gonna be working on drift cars, taking apart this Supra, getting Jeff his parts back, and then Joe's gonna work on Sean Illingsworth's Z, doing the radiator hoses and everything. We'll update you guys in a little bit and then show you how we did it and why we did it that way. We're gonna go to Torco and direct motion. Direct motion ports heads. We're gonna go see what they say about that little crack I had in mine. Ooh, look at that jackknife setup. He's got it though. So first I'm running over to the machine shop, grab 2 heads, the messed up one and the one that I was gonna get ported, and the guy got all nervous and said he could never port as good as a CNC machine. Thankfully he told me that so that I didn't waste my money and my time. So we're gonna go talk to Direct Motion and see if I can get another one set up for my backup motor. Alright, let's go guys. Alright, so this is Mike.
How's it going?
What's up, bud? Good to see you. We brought these heads and he's gonna show us what he can do, CNC porting. The other head, this is the old head that had a little issue I was gonna show you, and maybe it was my fault, maybe you'll know. But we just look at it, so we try not to make that happen on this guy. This is
you already got the guides out and everything?
Yeah, but we had done like a pocket port on this by hand, and I don't want that. I want like really good flowing like that, so that's what we're gonna work on. Okay, so that was Mike over at Direct Motion. We made a plan of how we're gonna fix the little offset in the porting. I don't know that he probably gets feedback from other customers as much, because let's say you have a street Supra and you port your head, you put it in the car and it's working, and you don't bang rev limiter non-stop for 8 FD rounds in every practice. It's not that I'm banging rev limiter, but you go up to rev limiter and you back off, go up to rev limiter, like we're hard on that stuff. So I put a bunch of abuse into that motor and the head, and then I take it apart and refresh it, so I get to see a lot more than the average guy would see of the inside of my motors. So I'm gonna give him good feedback, good solid feedback of what I saw when I'm like taking the car apart or the motor apart, and then we're gonna improve on the whole CNC program that he has, which is good news that he's willing to kind of adjust it. And then I'm gonna hopefully be able to pick up that head on Tuesday next week, and today's Thursday, so a couple days, and it'll give us it'll give us a week to make it happen by Long Beach, but we just need to have it like ready by, let's say, Wednesday next, the following week, which is when we have to be at Long Beach. So down to the wire, just like always with everything, but we're gonna make it happen, and these guys know that we have a deadline and they're gonna help us. So thank you guys, and now we head to Torco. So pulling up to Torco right now. The order should be ready for pickup, so I'm gonna back up to the main door and go in and say hi to the guys. Alright, I don't think they want to be on camera, but I'll show you once we get all the product. Alright guys, we left Torco, got all our oil, it's in the back. I don't know if you can see some of it. Nah, not really. We'll show you when we get to the shop or something, just cases of oil. It's really raining now. The van wants to slide, but we're not allowed to. Alright, so we're heading back to the shop. Then we will get ready for tomorrow's day at CP Carrillo, which will be pretty cool. They have like an open house, and then meet and greet and some lunch. So tomorrow's gonna be a fun day. We get to bring the Supra out. Okay guys, so we're back from Torco. Vita has the motor out of the other Supra that Jeff used to drive. We're pulling all Jeff's parts off it, getting ready to put some of my backup stuff off of it, off other cars on it. We're gonna use this Greddy bracket here for the alternator. We're gonna use this drift motion water inlet because we're gonna have a rear radiator in this car. And then let's grab a Gates timing belt, and then we're gonna also use this ATI super damper because we're gonna run a KRC water pump, or sorry, power steering pump, and we just need all the right bits and pieces. So this will go on the ATI damper in the front of the block. That'll allow me to run the other pulley with the other Greddy bracket that they make for the power steering. Going through some old used parts that I saved to get kind of accumulate stuff. Well, for now, gonna grab Gates timing belt. So one more Gates timing belt, and then we need a new damper pulley, and then we're gonna do a timing belt job on that one. I'm gonna leave stock cams, cam gear, stock timing, everything. Just all the power is gonna come from the turbo. So we always utilize on our motors, we utilize these Gates, the pulley, I guess it's the idler pulley or tensioner pulley for the timing belt. We're gonna use one of these Gates timing belts. And then I do use, since sometimes you're on limiter a lot, I do use a beefed up pulley bracket. Gotta find it. So I run the Powerhouse Racing billet ones on the backup motor and the other race motor, but on I did have a Titan one that looks not quite as nice. It's not as billet as the other ones, and it scared me thinking it's like just like a upgraded cast piece. So I didn't want it on my race motor with 900 horsepower, but 600 I think will be okay. So I'm gonna run it on that one and see how we do with that. I'm gonna gather all these parts up, and then we'll show you one more time, and then we'll you guys can help us install it. All right. Hey guys, guess what? There's a Supra here, and this guy's got two Supras. This one's got a 1J VVTi in it.
It's a little dirty, but
not really. The only thing it's missing is a front bumper.
Yeah, and I need new headlights.
No, but like, well, yeah, you could you already did refurbish him once.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna end up getting like the 98s.
This is German. He's got two Supras.
3.
Oh wait, right now he has 3. Are they all 98s?
Just 298 and then a 96.
Oh, just 298. He has issues, same as me.
Yeah, man.
Can't get enough of the Supra. This one's really clean though, because it has like not much going on anywhere.
Yeah, pretty
it's
much.
It's kind of cool.
Like tucked and stuff.
Is this more your daily one?
Yeah, this is kind of like the beater.
Yeah, a beater Supra. We all need one. Nice. I like it. Well, I just thought I'd show you guys. All right, we gotta get back to work, and I gotta look at this Supra more without you guys. See ya. So we're doing a 2J party over here. We got some of the stuff off the front and put on the drift motion. Water inlet, -20. The reason I run the 20 is because that's size inlet on the block. -16 on this one. This is something I make. I have a couple of these, I made them. So this is for my upper water. We're gonna run a Stewart water pump on this one, because I have one that's been in the box for 4 years. Might as well use it, right? Okay, so we're gonna do that. Good thinking, guys. And then we'll run the rear radiator setup. We'll kind of, you know, share that with you guys. But today, this is like step 1 of practice Supra build. And then there's gonna be another practice Supra build too that's way crazier. You can see it way out there next to that black big boat that's out there. But we're gonna do the timing belt with you guys right now and a couple other things and tell you why we use these parts when we do it. We're gonna run a stock intake manifold, an aftermarket exhaust manifold, a Borg-Warner 8374, which is a 62mm turbo, and then hope for like 600-ish, 650, 600. And then we'll just run a flex fuel sensor on this one with like pump E85. It'll be easiest that way, just so we don't have to spend tons of money on fuel. All right, well, I'm searching through some bolts here. We'll show you guys progress in a minute. Just bolts and bolts. Okay, so exhaust manifold's on. We have our signature cover here, made by Alloy Racing Covers. But if you look close, it says Rad Industries on it because we do like a little partnership on that one. If you guys ever want Inconel shielding on maybe your turbo or something, we can make it happen. If you want to do the whole exhaust manifold, we can also do that. I haven't finished tightening this down yet. That'll happen shortly. We are going to run a cover on these ones, but we're gonna have to notch into it. It's kind of sad because it's such a clean one, so I was hoping to maybe notch into a dirtier one or something that doesn't look so nice as that one, because it's got a clear right in here, and then the top one will just fit right on. There'll be that hole where tensioner for the normal pulley used to go. Joe's always so obnoxious when we're trying to film. That's Joe for you though. So then I will probably make some form of a little plate. If you guys remember looking at Ken Gushi's motor, he runs all his covers and he has like a little like carbon plate he made in here to cover that hole so no rocks get down in. Maybe we'll do something like that. Can't answer that yet. Meanwhile, Vicha is over here doing a radium fuel rail. Deechworks 1500cc injectors. Just the right recipe to make, well, these would make you 1,000 horsepower. We're just gonna run them. We're familiar with them. We like them. They work good. So we're gonna put them in the practice car, and then we gotta make sure everything lines up and can fit in there. So he's gonna work on that right now, and then after that we will show you what it looks like in there. You might have to switch some O-rings or change the spacing. All right, guys, it's getting exciting over here. There's Inconel, Borg-Warner EFRs, and OEM front covers and stuff. That might be the least exciting thing, is the OEM front cover. But okay, so here we are. Stock non-VVTi 2J, tubular exhaust manifold, Borg-Warner EFR 8374. We're trying to make let's say 700 is our goal, but it won't happen. So 600 would even be good. So we are going to look at what he just did right there. Nice and clean. Oh, you don't need to do that. Not that piece. Or this piece. Okay. Anything that can throw off into the but then just clean it up with like your hand, make it really smooth on those. Yeah, okay. And then we'll put it on. I'm gonna put the timing belt on right now. We're gonna use the Gates T215RB. You guys have seen it before on many of my motors. So we're gonna throw that on here. And then a Gates tensioner. We already have a pulley from Gates. And then start putting the front stuff back on and the ATI damper. And then once everything, it's at TDC right now. Once the timing belt's on, then we can throw the ATI damper on there. Okay, so I'm gonna just set the camera down. You guys can watch me install this timing belt, set it up. This may or may not be my first time. No, it's definitely not my first time. Okay, you guys ready? Let's do this. Gates RPM timing belt. Hey, and when you're installing the timing belt, always make sure line it up this way. Don't make the mistake of putting it the other way and then you'll really regret it. 'Cause every time you see your timing belt, you'll be looking at the wrong way. No one wants that, so don't do it. So, timing belt's in, installed. Let's remove the pin. Create as much tension as it'll give us. We are good to go. The sad thing about this motor is it's gonna be fully covered. We will never see that timing belt again until we take covers off. Oh, let's say we change the spark plugs, we'll be able to see like top half cam gears and the timing belt, but majority of the time this one's going to be covered. I'm just trying to make this one safe so I can go drive it really hard, and if I go off track or go to like a dirtier spot, I'm not going to worry too much about stuff flying in, because my race car, the motor is fully exposed, and I'm always really nervous about, I don't know, I'm just nervous every time I drive that car that something bad's gonna happen. So this one I won't have to think too much, I'll just drive it really hard, which will help for the race car when it's time to battle. We're hoping that by the end of this year, we're getting some good results, and always hope for a podium, but can't predict the future. Alright, so this is looking pretty nice. It's like a more mild version of the race car. This one, we're gonna run stock. We need to get a different spacer for the Deechworks injectors because it wasn't spacing it right, and we weren't able to set it up on here with different spacers that Radium supplies. So, well, Radium utilizes a stock spacer, but the different brackets that they have. So next time we'll show you guys that. For right now, we're gonna wait for Vicha to install some stuff, and then we'll put the ATI damper on. All right. Okay, what do you have to say?
I like Borg Warner.
That's pretty cool. You guys will get to know Vicha. He's a man of few words right now. Whoa! Look at what we found. Joe found this on the ground. Let's throw it away. Part of the stock water system. Okay, look at that, guys. That's what... Okay, so this is what we did, guys. Got the exhaust manifold on and tight. We didn't do a turbo drain yet. We got some stuff to do there. We're gonna cut this. Well, cut the lip off because I don't want to use a coupler that close. We'll weld a tight 90, and then we'll use a coupler later. Try and make it as simple as we can, but a straight run to the intercooler in the front like I normally do on my race car. And then we put the timing belt. You guys were there when we did the timing belt, Gates Racing, and the tensioner and everything. Then we installed this KRC power steering pump with a Greddy bracket. We put the Greddy alternator bracket on, Put the front Vicha, trim this out all nice so the front cover's on there. Keep rocks off the timing belt. Removed all unnecessary stuff in this area so that it's as simple as it can be and less fail points. So we're ready to drop it back in. So let's do that. Let's see how long it takes to do this. Man, a few words. Okay. Got a long way to go still, but one step closer to going drifting. Then we can race in this car, practice in that car, build another practice car that's basically a replacement for this car if anything were to ever happen. This car is too bent and nah, it's just a practice car. Alright guys, so thanks for watching today. More updates coming tomorrow and as we get closer to Formula D Long Beach. Alright guys. Oh, and coming soon to you is going to be a Blackwood Denim promo code, so stay tuned very shortly. Alright guys, see you later.